Hi everyone, welcome to Jamal's Tube. This video will be covering on the new species of colorful snakehead fish from northeastern India, known as CHANNA Red Mosaic, or officially known as CHANNA ARISTONEI. I will be covering on the introduction of its natural habitat, tank size recommendations, background color, substrates used, as well as the diet I feed. Unfortunately, my CHANNA ARISTONEI is no longer with me, as he has passed away a few days ago. Stay until the end of this video to find out what happened, so that you can learn from my mistakes and not repeat the same fate for your own CHANNA ARISTONEI. The key characteristics of the ARISTONEI is having a uniform bright blue to bluish green body. They may resemble CHANNA pardalis and CHANNA bipuli in appearance, but there is a difference from both, as CHANNA ARISTONEI has brown to maroon red, rounded, oblong or clover-shaped blotches or spots on their head and side of the body. In regards of their habitat and distribution, East Khasi Hills, Meghalaya in northeastern India. The habitat is a clear, slow-flowing hill stream, having rocky substrate and very minimal aquatic vegetation. ARISTONEI was found with water temperature at 18 degrees. In regards of tank mates, some co-occurring species found in the habitat were CHANNA lepor, Danio meghalayensis, and Tor sp. How does this translate to your CHANNA ARISTONEI? You should keep water temperatures from at least 16 to 20 degrees Celsius. Any kind of filter is fine as long as the flow is slow, minimal and not turbulent, that your CHANNA ARISTONEI needs to constantly swim to stay afloat. Currently, I use a sponge filter with air pump, as it still provides mechanical filtration and leaves some beneficial bacteria when I do water change. Like most snakehead fishes, they breathe air and will jump. So keep your tank water level reduced as to allow them to go up for air, and if they jump, they won't spill water out of the tank or hit themselves on the cover of your tank. Make sure to have a tight fitting lid as well for safety and precaution. If you're enjoying content like this, subscribe to my channel, Jamal's Tube, and like this video. It'll motivate me to come up with more videos, and do comment if you have any thoughts or questions. I would love to interact with my viewers. This species is named after ARISTONEI M. Ringdongsingen. I'm so sorry about that. It's from Meghalaya, in recognition of his discovery of this new species. For diet recommendations should be on both live food and dry food pellets. For my ARISTONEI, he loves mealworms, superworms, earthworms, and I have fed crickets and shrimps occasionally to enhance its blue colors and its fins. Snakehead fishes are opportunistic hunters, so try not to overfeed your CHANNA. Not only will you dirty the water quality faster, you may compromise their biological digestive system and make them bloated. Always clean the food from the tank if they do not eat it. For substrate, because their blueness is quite distinctive, I have had success with both white sand, black sand, and even red sand. In this case, it's a combination of red Kerala sand and lava rocks in the form of sand granules. For decorations, I also moved him to another tank, of which I put more rocks, so that it would cool the water down and create a similar habitat for my ARISTONEI. Color for your background is more important. I would advise to get them in both white and black background. White for its first few weeks once you bring them home, and change the background to black color after your ARISTONEI is comfortable enough in its new home. Tank size is up to your budget and your means. I have housed my ARISTONEI in a 2-foot tank measuring 60 cm length with 30 cm width. I've also housed in a tank measuring 15 cm length, 12 cm width. From what I've noticed, in a bigger 2-foot tank, CHANNA ARISTONEI was not too active and hid often. Perhaps from them being predator fishes in a big spacious tank at such a young age made him more shy. When I changed him into a smaller tank, he was more active. So my suggestion, snakeheads can live in a small sized tank, especially when they're not fully matured yet. It helps with maintaining and keeping temperatures down, as this fish likes cool waters, and in the event of diseases, you need not use too much medicine to cover the volume of the tank. My tank was also equipped with a cooler. This cooler helped convert cold water flow. I managed to keep the temperature from 18 to 22 degrees Celsius. Unfortunately, when you have a chiller, there might be issues where they might be faulty. If you can get a second one, just in case the first one breaks out, then you would be supporting yourself for any situations. This was my mistake. I only had one chiller and eventually there was an issue with it. So the temperature of the water was not kept below 24 degrees. As such, the diseases. Covering diseases, I noticed that my ARISTONEI started to lose the blue on his side and the red blotch was more apparent. This was not how my ARISTONEI looked when I first brought him home. I used this Melafix to treat bacterial infections. However, he did not seem to get better in regards of his color. Therefore, the water quality was not the issue, nor was his overall care and tank setup. As I have mentioned earlier, my CHANNA ARISTONEI is no longer with me as I found him dead a few days ago. From what I can observe, seems that his sides have lost its coloration and he seems to be slightly bloated. A few nights ago, he was not eating as well. Perhaps it was also because I moved him towards a new tank, so he was still trying to get used to the new tank and he was stressed, plus with the temperature. My mistake with my CHANNA ARISTONEI, I suppose I was the one who unfortunately did not treat him well. I did not give him the proper conditions. The mistake was the temperature, because unfortunately my chiller broke down and I was not able to maintain a cool water temperature. Because this fish is naturally found at 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, therefore, for this particular snakehead fish, the ARISTONEI confirmed needs a temperature below 20 degrees Celsius. Keep this in mind when you purchase your snakehead fish. They will likely die without the proper conditions, especially the ones that were caught wild and not captive bred. Because of ARISTONEI's new introduction and discovery that has only been recent in the past few years, in the market they are priced quite expensive. I purchased mine from a shop in Malaysia and I managed to keep him for about 4 months. Time of purchase was close to 500 ringgit, which is equivalent to perhaps 113 US dollars USD for a single fish. So he was quite the investment, and yeah. I hope you have learned something today on both the introduction of CHANNA ARISTONEI, on its care and tank setup, and what not to do before your expensive fish may decide to call it quits. I am heartbroken with his passing, as it was quite the heavy investment. However, I hope at least through my experience you may raise a strong, beautiful blue ARISTONEI. They are truly beautiful snakeheads, one of my favorites. If I could get another one, I would. However, I would also make sure to get a proper chiller. Unfortunately, currently, I have over 10 or more snakehead fish, 20 over tanks. I cannot afford to keep just one chiller for one tank. So this is something you might have to consider as well. Thank you for staying. I'll see you guys in the next one.